Hi, everyone. There's a topic that I've thought about off and on over the years. Occasionally, I will hear a friend or just an acquaintance, a family member, somebody, anybody, and they'll say, you know, I'm getting older in my life, and I'm thinking that I have this big collection, if they do have a collection, or they have a lot of belongings, a lot of trinkets, a lot of stuff. And they say, I have more years, obviously, behind me than I do ahead of me. And one day I'm not going to be here anymore. And when I die, I don't want people that survive me to have to deal with getting rid of all this stuff. So they say, I'm going to start eliminating this stuff because I don't want the people who survive me, be it a spouse, a significant other, a child, a relative, or maybe you live alone and you have to have, the landlord, or if you rent an apartment, or county, or whoever it is, to have to be saddled with the responsibility and the burden, they say, of getting rid of all this stuff. Now look around you. I'm a big collector. I have a lot of stuff. I'm going to continue to have a lot of stuff. Now, this may sound unsympathetic and uncaring, but I don't mean it to sound that way. I've never understood this. I've never understood the point of, let's say, denying yourself pleasure in the here and now. Whether you have one more year to live or whether you have 20 years or 30 years, whatever it is, why deny yourself pleasure in the now? Just on the chance that when you pass away, maybe your survivors, and by the way, that's assuming that they outlive you in the first place. You may wind up outliving them after you get rid of all your stuff. Why deny yourself that? I think it's kind of selfish and unsympathetic if the people in your life expect that of you. I'm not saying they all expect it. A lot of times, these are not expectations that would-be survivors have. A lot of times, these are just desires that the collector feels. They're trying to be good. They're trying to be responsible and caring and sympathetic to the idea. But this is just my personal opinion. But I think to deny yourself all the treasures you love, all the favorite pastimes, collectibles, whatever word you want to use, to deny yourself that just on the off chance that you die sooner than the people left behind do, and they have to maybe spend a day, or in some cases maybe up to a week or so, I don't know, getting on the phone and maybe calling some service to come in here. In my case, maybe you'll have to get like a record store to come in here and sort through all this stuff. All right, so maybe they have a little hiccup in their lives after you die for a day or a week where they got to like scratch their heads and think, how am I going to get rid of this stuff? But at least you've had, whatever it is, 50, 60, 70 years, 80 years of enjoyment of it. I just don't understand that, and I'm curious to know how many people agree or disagree with me. Should you really be deprived of the stuff you enjoy just because one day you're not going to be here and somebody's going to have a rough day or so, having to decide, how do I get rid of this stuff? Again, it's not that I'm not sympathetic to their dilemma. That is a bit of a dilemma, and it makes it for a little bit of a hard day. But it makes no sense to me to collect or not collect, or to sell everything or much of everything just for that reason down the line, if they even outlive you in the first place, because you never know. What do you think?